What's up guys, it's me Ultra, and today we're going to talk about the last two episodes of Gypsy Rose and some more tea that's been going on because I haven't been quite on top of it. I've had a lot of really exciting things happen in my life, but it's still worth talking about and sharing about. So we left off last episode, Gypsy was talking poorly about Ryan to her family.
He was hinting as if Ken was here.
Yeah, right. Like we would allow that to happen.
Exactly.
And she kept reiterating the fact that she's in a codependent marriage.
I know that I'm in a codependent marriage. I am in a codependent relationship.
Take that anger out on his ass over there in Lake Charles, not on me.
Her stepmom and Rod said, yeah, right, like we would ever allow Ken here, but it's like, come on, Christy, like really, you have been encouraging that the whole time, and I genuinely believe that Gypsy set her up to it because of what we saw later.
Gypsy and me were trying to get pregnant. Gypsy always wanted to be pregnant. It's so confusing. My world's in turmoil.
That it was revealed that Gypsy was in fact talking to Ken the entire time.
As if Ken was here.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Like we would allow that to happen.
Exactly.
She was just like cheating on him and created this whole web of chaos and just awful. Gypsy began to become very cold towards Ryan.
Can we not do this on camera?
So it's a no, right?
No, it's not a no. You could ask those questions when we're not filming.
This came to a head during the dinner time where he asked her if she wanted to get married a second time, and she said, can we not talk about this on camera? But she felt extremely comfortable recording him and their private fights and all sorts of things on camera. So I don't quite understand why. I think that struck a chord with her because she was already planning on leaving him. And then in the car, she starts asking him, is he happy? And he's like, yeah, yes, of course I'm happy.
Maybe I'm not what you envisioned.
Are you happy?
Yes. All of a sudden, now you're not.
Maybe I'm not.
Then she says that, you know, you have to want to work at it, because he tells her, let's work on it, let's go to therapy. And she says, well, I'm in therapy, you're in therapy.
I'm in therapy, you're in therapy.
I know, but I'm saying together.
I basically don't want to work towards this relationship.
You have to work at it.
You have to want to work at it. I'm just feeling somebody else can give you the love that you deserve.
The part that really stuck out to me the most was when she moved out, she made sure that he wasn't home. So it kind of seemed like she surprised him a little bit. And then the dog ran out and she was just so cute and so sweet. And I just felt really terrible for that poor dog being abandoned by Gypsy like that.
Hey, girl. Hi, honey. I know, girl.
Gypsy was the one that requested that they get that dog to begin with, so getting the tattoo of a husky is such a huge slap in the face.
She had permanently moved into the spare bedroom. Next thing I know, she was gone. And I hadn't seen her since.
A sort of final interview from Ryan where he discussed how she was sleeping in another room and then she was just gone one day and he had not seen her ever since. And that leads us on to what's going on with the whole Ken situation and the tattoos and them getting back together. And it seemed like they were filming the day of her pregnancy announcement video as well. Actually saw some tea from Flawless Nina. A person that goes by the name of Cowboy Bear actually warned Gypsy that Ken is on Grindr, and a lot of people have been stating that Ken might actually be bisexual and that he has a ton of hookups and he does not use protection, and he pursues both men and women. And it seems like a lot of people are accusing Ken of these things, which might actually make it true. What followed was a pissing contest where Ken said that he would wipe the floor with somebody, and that all their screenshots prove is that they're an idiot. So this is getting to Ken in a sense. And that's not the only thing. A former co-worker emerged stating that they were kissing and then said, I want to F in his comments on Facebook, which seemed very romantic and sort of homoerotic, and this individual apparently messaged the creator and asked if they could take it down because it was just a joke. But at the end of the day, a lot of people have been coming out and accusing Ken of this. And if everybody's saying the same thing, the common denominator is Ken. And I do believe that this is true because it's just too many things and too many coincidences. And it has been verified that that is in fact his profile that was commenting on the male's page saying, "I want to F." So it's very spicy. I think that that channel does an incredible job talking about Gypsy, so please watch a couple of videos at least and show the original creator some love. Ken has been having multiple men come forward. There's this gay cowboy individual that said all of them know Ken off of Grindr, and then there was a coworker, somebody found some messages that were written on Facebook, on Ken's Facebook, where the coworker was talking about them kissing and it was very romantic, and Ken said, "I want to F" in the comments, and that's just something that you do not say to a coworker, just a platonic male friend. It's not something that a typical straight man would say to begin with, and it's very suspicious, and it makes me question, why is Ken even back in the picture? I feel like he dipped out from Gypsy because, well, first of all, he sought her out because she was notorious and in prison. And then he decided that, I think, my conspiracy allegedly, he's not that into women. So he went back to experience the grinder and the grind, so to speak, and all the things that they've got going on there. And then he saw that she had blown up and she had like 8 million followers or something, which is just absurd to me. And that's when he decided to come back.
How much more rough could it get?
Rough.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
One of the themes throughout the episode and all of this is the paternity of the baby.
My first thought is my dad's gonna kill me. Because he had just said, "I know you want a baby, but I would prefer you guys wait."
Ryan is finally standing up for himself and he's saying, "You were unfaithful to me and I'm gonna get you on infidelity in regards to the law. You were talking to him the whole time and this whole thing is premeditated." And good on him. I was thinking that too, because where they live, it's a whole legal mess when you are married and you have a child by another man. It's just...
The matching tattoos broke my heart. It was like, did I mean anything?
So I was actually very glad that he was standing up for himself in that way and being extremely firm about it. Gypsy's going, "Oh my god, he says he's gonna get me," and then Ken's like, "Don't talk to him." And there are some moments of doubt with Ken as well towards Gypsy. Ken was questioning if Gypsy truly wants to be in this relationship.
He's still like trying to like work it out with me.
Was there any part of you that wants to?
No.
Honestly?
Honestly, no.
I think that Gypsy creates this sense of doubt and she likes to have men wrapped around her finger because she is a narcissist, it seems. Narcissists tend to kind of just pull the rug out from under people, and it felt like she was faking her relationship with Ryan the whole time until finally she just became completely cold one day, like a wall had gone up, and she was like, "I'm leaving, that's it." And that must have really shocked him because he kept reiterating that they had a close connection, and the guy seemed devastated about it.
I guess it's just not what she imagined, man. I don't know what else is at play. Gypsy texted me a bunch of pregnancy tests and said she was pregnant. Well, who's the father? And it could have been me or Ken.
Ryan was actually alluding to the fact that he thought that might be his child, and he still continues to, but it seems like Gypsy has had a stern talk with him and told him to stop talking that way, because now he's saying if the timeline and the due date that she is giving us is correct, then there's no way that that's his baby. But everybody's questioning it because it's just 1 month in between. And during the episode, Rod called out Gypsy and actually said that Gypsy has been baby crazy. She indicated that she wants to have a baby really badly, and Dad said, "Please wait."
She wants a baby.
What?
I'm gonna tell both of y'all, just wait, okay?
I usually don't comment too much on people's appearance like this. I don't know if Gypsy's condition, her genetic disorder that she shared, is flaring up because of all the stress and the chaos that she's creating in her own life, but It seemed like she appeared to be a little bit more cross-eyed in some of the interview filmings. Ryan expresses a ton of doubt, and he has been continuing to go live on TikTok to defend his side of the story. He showed the dog under the bed and he said, "Look guys, there's no food being hoarded here." So he's kind of in between a spot of taking the high road, but also vigorously defending himself and his reputation, which is completely understandable, especially since he is a professional man that works and teaches and works with children. I would be defending myself as well if somebody had painted me out like I was some kind of slob and I had some kind of food hoarding tendencies. I would tell them as well that's not the case.
Nah, just sewing in my bed. No food underneath the bed. Oh God, not a food hoarder.
It seemed like Ryan was only slightly messy. It wasn't what Gypsy was portraying. I'm a little bit messy myself, you guys, so I didn't think that his place was really that bad. I tend to deep clean once a week. Now he's saying a little bit more her narrative about the due date of the baby, but it seems like he's not necessarily happy about how he was portrayed on the show. That makes sense because the man was completely heartbroken and he had his heart just torn apart, and she put on this whole facade for all of us that she's gonna come out and she's gonna be this married lady, Gypsy Rose Anderson, and she loves her husband so much, but in fact that was not the case, and she was dreaming about the ex the whole time. This ex is not a Chad like Gypsy said. He's a balding, effeminate type of man that seems very opportunistic, and he doesn't seem like he's really all that loving or smitten with Gypsy in any way. So I don't foresee that working out, and I don't know who is going to care for that child. I think that Mia's a little bit too young, and I think that the parents would not want the responsibility of caring for a child. But I was thinking about doing a deep dive into all the things that Gypsy has done into her foray of being an influencer, because she's done a lot of really terrible things. That influencer that has been reporting really good content about her called Flawless Nina, who's a beauty influencer, she received vicious harassment that was racially motivated, calling her all sorts of things and saying that she's just jealous because of the color of her skin. And it seemed like that message came from the source or somebody very near to the source, Gypsy herself, because I can't imagine anybody saying you do this because of this kind of chick. In this case, it was because white chicks. It seems very emotionally charged and like it's coming from the person that felt wounded by the reporting of this individual, but it was very threatening in a sense and stalkerish. She's just done a ton of really terrible things like that, along with how she treated Ryan. So I'm curious if you guys would like to see something about that. I want to do more of those like little deep dives. I like doing them, and I like doing the voice only, especially now I figured out how to do it a little bit better. I did want to tell you guys that I had an incredible week. I mentioned that I have been having this lawsuit that's like a nightmare with these people that I have no relationship with. They're essentially strangers. There seems to be they're kind of obsessed with me, because I was looking at some of the reports and they keep track of what I'm wearing and all this stuff when I'm home. It's just really, really bizarre, the whole thing. I think that the woman saw me from the window and it was love at first sight, so she decided she wanted to be my friend. That's why she approached me within 15 minutes or something romantic. I just rejected it. It was like a wall went up. I was courteous the first time because typically I'm very friendly, but after that I was like, no, I'm not dealing with this person. And I don't like to deal with narcissists or people with personality disorders as a whole. So anyways, it was like It seemed like it was going really terribly, but then I spoke to my attorney and he said that I am winning. I'm basically off the hook with that. It just got me thinking, you guys, it's so important to just try your best to be a good person. I haven't always been a greatest person. Like, you know, I've had my moments in the past, and I have tried my hardest the last several years to mostly be nice to other people. So I think that I have a sense of good karma. The adversary was approaching this in an evil way to win and all this stuff, and it just all kind of crumbled. So I think it's just very important that you try your best, and I do think that good people end up winning in the end. If you have good intentions and you come at things from a manner that's not manipulative or underhanded, it works out for you in the end. I am starting my job on August 5th, so I'm so excited. I don't know how I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. I have very early work hours, but I went shopping. I found some really great blazers at Burlington that were kind of lightweight and summer-like. And then I got some makeup. I got the Anastasia Cosmic palette, so it's like a multi-chrome and kind of shifty and really pretty. I bought some professional earrings, but I couldn't help but get these ones as well because the goth in me. Yeah, guys, life is going very well. I'm very excited. I'm very grateful. I'm very happy. I'm very grateful for you guys in this platform. Let me know what you guys think of all this. Very curious. Love you guys so much. Bye, guys.